All right, chat. We made it into the client. I think maybe we'll see if we get to stay in. Let's let's play some Magic the Gathering, huh? A hybrid. Thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I've got some red black party here in front of us. Are you ready to get this party started? So this is a card that really jumped out to me as a really sweet card. I'm a big fan of 4/4 flying haste as a stat line. This is basically like the dragon stat line. And generally speaking, like 4/4 flying haste dragon, 5 mana is about the going rate for that, right? So this card here gets 1 less to cast for each card in your party. And the party mechanic, for those who are not familiar with that, refers to if you have a wizard, a warrior, a rogue, and a cleric. So basically for each of those creature types you already have in play, this card gets cheaper. So if we have 2 creatures in play, this is frequently going to be a 4 mana, 4/4 flying haste death touch. So it can get down all the way down to 2 or 3 mana theoretically, but often this is going to be 4 or 5 mana in a lot of instances. So the other kind of party payoff, and this is one I'm not certain if it's playable. So this costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. And then if you have a full party, so if you have all 4 creature types, you not only get to search your library for any card, but you then get to cast a spell with converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. So if you have 3 people in your party, 3 different types in your party, this is literally Demonic Tutor. And if you have a full party, this is better than Demonic Tutor, and it's a ritual of sorts, which seems really, really powerful. When I was looking through the different party mechanic payoffs, this is the one that jumped out to me as like, wow, this is like the biggest upside that you can get from meeting this requirement. So the rest of the deck is just like kind of playable clerics, wizards, warriors. These are clerics. We've got some extra warriors here. We've got rogues. I've got Hagra and Mauling as just a good land spell flip card. We've got Awakening here. I think this basically goes in every black deck in the format. One concern I have at looking at this deck list is that we don't have a red-black flip land yet, right? Like, that's not coming until the next set. So there is a chance that we're going to need to cut Shatterskull Charger. I only have 14 red sources here. That being said, in a lot of ways, this card is kind of a 5-drop. So I'm not quite sure if this card is what we want to be doing or if we have the mana to consistently cast it. So this is a card that could definitely be on the chopping block, getting swapped out for something else. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it feels. Hopefully dive into some games with this. We were on earlier today, and the update was kind of a laggy mess, so loving all the variety content. Thanks for the 27 months of entertainment. Hey, thanks for keeping me around, Boda. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I've been enjoying making it. Yeah, seems fine. I got the Heartfire Immolators. I've got this is a castable spell, theoretically, off of this black source. I was playing Luris of the Dream Den here. Drew, thank you for the 28 months. Welcome back. But we've played like 4 matches total. So our opponent just mulliganed a bunch and conceded. Probably a safe bet that I want Bloodchief's Thirst against a Luris deck. I'm going to board out the Chargers, I think. Bring in a Soul Guide Lantern. This is fine, right? This is a 3-lander with this one. One thing I wish, and this is a quality of life feature that would be good from Arena. So, you see how it sorts your opening hand with the lands to the left? This is a good thing. It would be nice if Arena would auto-sort lands, spells that can be lands, just spells. That way it would be really easy to parse left to right what your hand has in it. So this is a good thing that they do. I would like to see them extend that to the other cards. Yeah, I think I'm keeping that. With that there, I can save Mauling to be a removal spell. Oh, they're the cycling deck. That makes sense. So I definitely want my Scabbering Claws then. To be able to exile their Zenith Flares. I think I'm just trading Heartfire Immolator for Stinger here. Well, I think one thing to really consider Hidden Flame is, I think depending on how strict your color requirements are in the decks that you're talking about in Historic, I think on average, a lot of the check lands are going to be worse than... I think a lot of the check lands are going to be worse than these new, than the new flip lands are. I don't think I'm Rankling here. Feel like I kind of have to save this for this, but at the same time, this thing's going to run away with the game. Just like being an awkward control deck so far, though. Hi, Jacob. You're right. I forgot to update Stream Decker. Thank you. I exported them to text files. I did not update Stream Decker. You usually come down here to steal my water?
Daddy.
That's Tomegamon, yep. Think I have to draw cards with this. I guess discard 2 because I don't really need this. It's going to be basically impossible to race these two. Evening, Big Kitty. I think I'm just leaving this back. Hey, Lightning, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. It's kind of unfortunate. I'm 1 mana off of being able to play and activate this. Maybe that's good enough. We're literally the first game we're playing. For Black-White Cleric, sounds good. Get that add to the deck queue after I'm done the day. Technically our second game, I guess, but they mulliganed and conceded the first game. Yeah, we're pretty done here. Extra Soul Guide Lanterns and easy in. Price probably a little slow. The Fabricator, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Glandia. Pengu Power, thank you for the 15 months. PPS Charles, 20 months in 2020. That's bound to happen at some point, right? Should keep me around. Alright, so this hand doesn't have a third land, but it has a scry, and the spells are pretty good, so. Nailed it. This hand, if we hit our fourth land on curve, we can actually go this into Cleric into this is a 4/4 for 4. This is kind of sweet. Opponent missing their land drop here, so I think with the missed land drop, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go ahead and play Immolator and kill the Fox. So we'll kill this. We'll play the Bolt Land. We'll play the 2/2 flyer, and then next turn we can play Thief of Heartbeats. Yeah, this card seems very good. If they don't block here, we'll give it 1/1. You know, it's funny. I started a new set of Invisalign trays today. And with the arena patch, it was only the second most painful thing I had to experience. Let your feelings out. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Do 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 do. Where did the money go? See, chat, you just have to keep restarting the client repeatedly, and eventually you get a screen. And then the screen lets you in, and then you can play one match of Magic, and then you have to repeat the previous process. Thanks to the 11 months, Earth to Jordan. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Professional Magic the Gathering arena players. This is great, by the way. Just like Day 9 and CGB, just like the top streamers, just both like, just look at it. Look at it. Just, it's actual everyone. It's like waiting screens and Magic Online. So I've got double red, I've got double black, opponent's playing Yorion, Sand seems fine. Lotus Cobra, don't have any removal spells currently. Pretty sure I'm just playing my 2 one-on-one. And again, like, people are asking, one of the things you have to remember when you're testing decks like this is a lot of the other decks you're going to play against on the ladder are not really competitive. There's going to be a lot of other people who are also just testing brews. So, it's easy to be like, well, my deck won a bunch of games, but like, you know, here's a Lotus Cobra deck. So like, this is my opponent's third turn. They're going to cast 7 mana worth of spells on turn 3. Set 9 mana worth of spells on turn 3. I mean, at least they're out of gas, I guess. My opponent's not out of stuff. Shatter Skull Charger, looking real bad here. Like I said, uncertain if this card's playable. Why is Lotus Cobra not played a ton in Modern? Because Modern's really fast and brutal, and Lotus Cobra's too slow there. Tends to be much too slow on average. Yeah, we're just super dead. Okay, I'm gonna cut these Shatter Skull Chargers. Honestly, just playing Agonizing Remorse in the main deck is probably correct. I can see that. Bloodchief's Thirst could be fine here. Yeah, I think the 1-cost ping/tap land's probably a playable card. I can definitely see that being something worth considering. You can also tag Uro with it, so that way it only draws a card and gains 3. So like it 1 for 0's you, but at least it goes away. Alright, and I mean like this is a good hand, right? So like I get to go 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop here. And that's the other thing, too, that's awkward about the Charger that I said I think we might want to cut, is because that card doesn't help you cast Thief on 4. Is a relevant thing to be critiquing about. That's sad. Free attack into a free decision. Yeah, they're scared, chat. You see that? They let the fear into their dojo. I'm gonna keep the backup Zagras on top, I think. Yeah, very likely lightning. I think that card's very, very good. Rolano, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Obi-Wan Kenobi, thank you for the 13 months of support. I appreciate it. We're gonna Glass Casket Veto here. Interesting. Are they dead? So I can activate Veto. I guess that's only 7. Yeah, the bot unfortunately does not have the new set date yet. And everything has Death Touch from Zagras. So they take 8 here. Down to 4. Next one I can go Immolator into Heartbeats here. We can just play a 6-drop. This stupid card, chat. Why does it fly? Why does it gain life? So they get to eat this to gain 3 here. Next turn they can attack me for 6 with the Crawling Variant, but they're still dead in the air, so that's nice. Opponent seems to notably not be playing Uro, so that's nice. Rough. Zedra makes Baron cheaper. That's a nice one. Because Baron you can activate multiple times a turn. If it's cheaper, you can like pay 2 a bunch of times. Where are my hasty threats at, chat? Yeah, Crawling Barons, pay 4, put 2 counters on it. I'm gonna pass for now, because if I Bloodthirst this next turn, this is then lethal. So hopefully they attack with Crawling Barons if they draw a brick here. Being conservative, right? So would love a Rankle. All of our idiots are exiled. I guess I just pass. If we draw 2 cards, we can, or we draw 2 lands. We can, use this to bring back our 6-drop. Yeah, we have some time. We have good draws like this. I'm dumb. I should have done this first. It's a good thing we didn't get punished. Obviously should have remorse there to start. They're playing sweepers. I mean, I want Chandra. I think that means I want Chandra to grind a little bit. I think Big Red probably gets reworked a bit. That's a deck that'll definitely benefit from the spell lands, like the red Mythic spell land is Stellar in there, for example. So this is a 3-lander with a pretty good curve. We've got this, into this, into this, into this. Yeah, Bloodchief Thirst is good for a lot of the same reasons that Fatal Push is good. Pretty sure we're fetching a mountain with this. So we just have 2 red guaranteed for Chandra down the line. Would I rather Immolator get... I think I'd rather Immolator get Glass Casketed than Intimidator. Immolator versus Intimidator. That's pretty scary. They hit their land drops here. Gonna be in a bit of trouble. We are literally playing 4 of them, TDM. So I think we just take a hit here. And then we can play this out, which gives everything Death Touch. So then we have some okay trades in combat next turn. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that's a really good catch. So I could have countered this ability last turn. It's so unintuitive that this wipes out the other creature types. Good catch. So this should not be a... This should not be a 4/5. Yeah, good catch. Because if it's a coward, it's no longer a plant. It does work with Winota 2, that is correct. It's a big boy. Well, if this wasn't a 4-5, I'd be in a pretty good spot. For a big grade rework, definitely pizza. Why does it work that way? Magic. The Gathering. So they have Yorion, they have Crawling Barons. So these trade with these, and then this one, this giving everything Death Touch is like really good. You get partial value from bits like subs. No, streamers get the full value from bits because the person buying the bits pays Twitch's cut up front. So, like, to get $25 worth of bits, you pay more than $25. Well, now I definitely am just doing this turn, right? Someone asked how their thing got bigger. They had a turn, Timber, Symbiosis. Card's super good. Yeah, we're definitely not out of this. We're behind a little bit, I think, but definitely depends on how top decks are going to go from here. It is a damn shame it does not give... Well, this is non-token? Oh, that's sick. I think I just get Chandra going here, right? For Stormcaller Neoform. Sounds good, Stiggy. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Yeah, Zagras has been really impressive. Sure. I understand the design decision, it just wasn't one that I was expecting, or wasn't one that I realized was happening until it happened. Yeah, giving all your creatures Death Touch has turned out to be great so far. Start killing the geese, huh? I think I'm gonna start attacking them for 4. Party confirmed the mutated Zendikar. I don't know. This card's like also just kind of a generically good card. Like I think I'm probably gonna turn this into more of just red-black mid-range once we finish this game. I'm gonna cut the other party card, I think, and the crappy 3-drop warrior that we're playing. Yeah, I agree. Anybody that's trying to sell you on anything this early, generally speaking, not working in super good faith. So they can fire up Crawling Barrens here and then put me to 1. Then they trade their Crawling Barrens for my 2/2. So going to 1 here is the downside to attacking with this, but I think that was still correct. What is alting Chandra? Nothing. Chandra only goes in one direction, chat. Up. She draws 3 cards. Chandra's here. Chandra is here to go up. I might just want some of her in the main. She's really good. I think we're gonna main deck some Agonizing Remorse and main deck some Chandras. Shatter in their Apparition deck is the decision. It definitely is. I'm gonna decline casting that one, chat. Use them or lose them. That's a good voice line for her. I'm gonna elect to not draw a card here. If you haven't watched us play Big Red in Historic, Chandra does similar excellent work there. So. Also electing to not sacrifice, yep. They're dead on board, right? No close? Yeah, they are dead. They're dead to veto. Man, that card is good. Oh, I could have played that one as a land. Should I draw the game? Does chat want to play game 4? I feel like we should play game 4 for good measure. I'm having fun. Aren't you having fun? I want to play game 4. See, Magic the Gathering players frequently say best of 3, but actually, Magic the Gathering tournament matches are first player to win 2 games, so they are technically not best of 3. It's strictly correct to minimize black screen time. It is, isn't it? That was beautiful. Thanks, I try. Now we're pod racing. What are the timers like? They have 17 minutes. I have 19 minutes. Nobody's timing out. I think I want to hold on to Remorse for now. So I can tag Yori in. I think I'm playing Intimidator here. I have plenty of things for them to Dragonfire. This is for giving chat what they wanted. Cheers. Thanks for the Minis War game. Does that mean we can donate for best of one under the argument there could be multiple games? Sure. Why not? A draw in best of one doesn't rematch the same person? That's weird. It just kicks you out with no win or loss. That's lame. You gonna attack me with the Crawling Barons here? First strike as long as it's your turn. Yep. We're just putting that down. She can give herself +6/+6. Yeah, the animations are well done. We're gonna lose game 4, Chad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everybody we let down losing game 4 here today. I apologize. What's going on, Sniper Wire? 16 months. All new formats are fun. Whether or not this format is good, I have no idea. Ask me in a week. I had a lot of money on this game 4. That's why I took the fall. Oh, I forgot about the Crawling Barons. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, I got a feel for some things I like and some things I didn't like. Black screens and waiting for servers definitely solidly in the didn't likes camp. Let's make some updates here and try and play some more games. Winota is not banned in Standard. Winota is only banned in Historic. Cream of Extreme, thanks for the 22 months. All right, so after you play a match, you have to restart your client. And then when you restart your client, if your client stays on a black screen, you have to kill your client and then relaunch it again. And you keep killing the client and relaunching it until you get to a loading screen. How am I able to play? I'm describing how I'm able to play. These are the 10 easy tips to logging into Magic Arena on release day that Wizards of the Coast does not want you to know. At least we can look at Zap while we wait. He's adorable. I mean, we know the game we stream, Zakalanch. Like, see? You just keep restarting and eventually it works. Just gotta keep turning it off and turning it back on. Jay the Mind Sculptor, thanks for 13 months. Welcome back. Had to resub for the sweet Game 4 content. Thank you, I appreciate it. Alright, so I think the party cards are cute. I'm gonna do something really innovative here, chat. For those of you that are building decks at home, I want you to take note of what I'm about to do to my deck here. I'm gonna cut the bad cards from it. It's an incredibly innovative approach that's been proven to work. So rather than playing a bunch of cute party cards, I'm going to just add more just like higher quality cards. So Agonizing Remorse and Chandra both seem great. I basically want to be like a red-black mid-range deck with Rankle, I think. Do I want Murderous Rider? I feel like I probably want Murderous Riders in my 75. Nighthawk could be okay. I don't hate that. It gains life. It's technically a rogue for Thief of Heartbeats. Yeah, I like that suggestion. So they're flying threat. I like that a lot, actually. Do I want Intimidator? This isn't really that good of a mid-range card, huh? What's the deal one card? Spikefield Hazard? Kinda into that. So I have some wizards. This would be a removal spell. I have this because it generates value. These are just like good cards. It's a good control tool. I probably want some cheap sweepers in the board with these changes that I made. Speaking of deal one to each creature, 2 if this was kicked. This is probably good. The what's it called deck we ran into, the cycling deck. This is probably a good card for that. Now, I don't think Robber of the Rich is very good, chat. It's a pretty individually weak card. I don't think Robber of the Rich is great. Not a huge fan. Some Duress could be okay in the board. Did Duress rotate? No, Duress is illegal. For chat, people in chat, Nocti thinks for 2/3 of the year. This is your fair warning, especially if you're Mod Sword. You're gonna start getting timed out if you start asking card name question mark crap. You should know better than that if you have a Mod Sword in my chat. But I'd rather have Bone Crusher or Murderous Rider in the sideboard. Rider's a bit better against control. I think I need a couple of kill target. What's it called? Kill target Planeswalker. Now, I'm pretty sure Bone Crusher does not have a he's just a giant. It's the new black card that kills enchantments. Trade target creature enchantment opponent controls you lose life equal to that card's converted mana cost. Seems like it could be okay, huh? It's like another Doomblade style effect. There might be enchantments in the format that we care about. Yeah, let's try this. A little bit more mid-rangey. Has it gotten better stability? No, I mean, it's better than the earlier today, but we have to restart after every match, and you have to restart multiple times to actually get in. But we're playing matches consistently. The deck needs some more agile and synergistic. God bless. Yeah, I opened 256 booster packs today, and do not have a full set of rares. This hurts. The new board does look good. Attach our creature control. It's bigger if it's a warrior. I think we just take that, huh? It's like we're playing modern. Yeah, a little bit. For people looking to make card recommendations, instead of asking me to tell you your cards are bad, tell me why they're good. Give me justifications for what we should include, why we should include it, and what the cut is. Hey, look, chat. It's the spell land I added during deck building, so we don't have to miss our third land drop here. That's nice. Oh, this thing gives trample, right? Alright, so if we hit an untapped land here, we could probably win the game. Another brick is not a strong play for our hero. And I guess that's not even strictly true, because Rankle would have to hit her, and then I'm not making them sacrifice that. Wonder if we should have some Grasp of Darkness in our 75 for, there's no Abrade or Bedevil left in this format, right? So we don't have... We don't really have a good way to... Do we have a good way to deal with artifacts in red-black that's, like, main deckable? There's probably some narrow sideboard cards we can play, but are there any, like, Bedevil-style cards currently that I'm not thinking of? There's a 3-mana Abrade. You're right. I think I remember that from the spoiler sheet zone. The Scavenger was really good in blue-black rogues earlier today. It's our first set playing it in here. Yeah, I just added Scavenger to this deck. Okay. Ian Grath's Rampage. That's a good one. Rampage is a card. Is a card that sounds playable. What set was that in? Okay, that rotated. I was gonna say I thought that rotated, but you're giving me pause now. I think I'm taking them all. Yeah, I threw that up this morning, Pekin. I figured set release is the time where we have the most new eyes on the channel, so throwing the Biden-Harris banner up there would make many of the undesirables leave without me having to open my mouth and make them. Consider it a warning shot to chase out the unreasonables. No, what the? Well, okay, I guess we're doing this turn. I was gonna hold up the activation. That makes sense. I wanted to, and now it's just gonna get stomped. God bless America. I didn't check the auto tapper. So I had intended to play this and hold up its activation so they didn't have good attacks or blocks and they couldn't stomp it. And then the auto tapper elected to hold up Bloodchief's Thirst, which is probably smart most of the time, but it wasn't what I wanted, and I was playing quickly, and it did the thing. Oh, lands. Yes, the deplorables, if you would. I think I'm supposed to sit on this. What's... You can't find Declan? Well, he's in the house, I promise you. I'm thinking about playing Takedown. Working towards 7 mana isn't unreasonable because they have a Marius Call in their deck. That's a good question. Are there any clickables on the board? Might as well. Wow, that card's really good. That's probably going to be like a mono red stapable. Deals damage equal to its power when it dies. Waiting on this so we can kick it. Alright, I gotta go separate my children really quick. Pretty sure there's just a bunch of bricks in their hand, so we're gonna go ahead and attack. Yeah, the board doesn't seem to have any interactable elements on it like the last couple. Alright, so obviously should have Agonizing Remorse. Yep, excellent draw for sure. I think I'm just playing these two out rather than this. You played a land that didn't have a spell on it. Was that a bug? No. So I get to block this here, and then they discard a card, and then I sack this to deal damage, and they have to discard another card. So I get to 2-for-1 this. And then their hand's empty, and next turn Chandra can kill this. Yeah, Chandra's really good. They don't have lifelink, but they have a bunch of equipment in their deck, TDM. And, like, letting them put me to 1 doesn't seem like a particularly good play when they could, like, peel a variety of different cards and kill me. Yeah. Frustrating release day technical issues aside, the games we've played so far today have been good. So that's refreshing. Spell land split cards might be the best thing to happen to Magic the Gathering since I started playing it. They're a very, very, very good addition to the game. I think I'm taking this. Letting them stack a bunch of 1/1 counters on a Hollowed Blade doesn't seem great for me. Better than the London Ball? Yeah, I think it's better than the London Ball again. Cast Raven's Crime. This card's real annoying. Probably want some Grasp of Darkness in my 75s from now on. I'm at 10. The server's cooled down now. Not really. Play this out as a blocker. It'll trade 1-for-1 with the card out of their hand with Seasoned Hollowed Blade at least. Yeah, I hope we get spell lands in every set moving forward too. It's a very good draw. They play the other 3-1 out, we're just dead, right? We're choosing to play around a sweeper. That's good for us. So we get to trade with Voyager, and then we stay at 3. I think we're drawing dead, though, at that point. I suppose we could draw the deal damage to everything spell. Now, even that doesn't get us out of it, right? They play the other one out, and then they save one of them, and I don't have another blocker. The guy probably wants some Grasp of Darkness in my 75. I don't know about the main deck, but... Reinstalling doesn't do anything, good one. Literally just restarting. When you restart your client, it's like flipping a coin to find out if you're going to get in. And then at the end of your match, you need to restart your client again. Otherwise, it just sits there and waits for a server. So, like, again, our match just finished. I closed the client, reloaded it. We get a black screen. We load it again, see if it loads. If it doesn't, we close it out. We load it again. Launch a second copy. That also doesn't do it. Again, it's all like everybody that's telling me whatever secret trick they did to figure it out. I promise you, it's random. Hit reconnect in the other one. Spamberlol, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. No, I promise you it's random. Just keep launching and relaunching. Yeah, so Magic's a really high variance game, so they're just trying to ensure that there isn't anyone unlucky playing on release day. So, by making it a variance game to actually get the client to load, you make sure all the unlucky people aren't getting into your game. And then, once you do get a loading screen, you still get the waiting for server for a moment. So, it's 6:30 p.m. The patch technically went live at 10 a.m. Cornfield time. So we've been experiencing server issues for 8.5 hours so far today. It's good stuff. Platinum RPGs, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. If you tried blowing on the cartridge, that's solid advice. Downloading more RAM. Rex Intervention. I don't know what that card does. Oh, Erebos' Intervention. Ooh, I like that card. That technically exiles Uro game 1 too. Yeah, I don't hate that. I like that. I like that a lot. I wanted like a card that we could main deck that's not embarrassing in other places. That seems pretty perfect. Gosh, I kind of want to throw one of those on the board. Yeah, let's just do that. Erebos Intervention sounds great. Now I'm going to cut Vito for it. Vito was mostly there when I was trying to be more all in on the party theme, and I think being in on the party theme's probably not very good. Looking for lands. Have we gotten to the 6-mana guy yet? Yeah, he's excellent. Zagras is the reason we were playing the deck. It's worth the slots and felt very reasonable. I'm gonna Thoughtseize my Thoughtseize here. It felt good, 10-ton hammer. The land spell split cards. Magic has an incredible amount of variance and non-games in it, and cards that serve to reduce and mitigate that variance and non-games are very welcome additions. It's possible to now build a deck with all spells. Sure, technically. You're gonna have a bunch of tap lanes, though, and probably die to reasonable aggro decks. So, can you do it? Certainly. Should you do it? Probably not. Can he target himself? It totally can target itself. Good catch. Good catch. I agree with that completely, Dr. Jer. The price of Magic Arena in conjunction with how expensive the application is to partake in fully. And maybe it made me chuckle hearing the discussion about people are really upset that PlayStation 5 games are going to retail for $70 apparently. And like, as someone who just for this year has spent $1,114 on Magic Arena, like, laughs in $70 retail games. Bloodchief's Thirst is very good. For sure. They're drawing another Ashiok can make me sad. It's consistently functional. Anybody who describes Moto as consistently functional is pretty ignorant. Listen, as someone who hit streaming full-time, streaming just Magic Online, Moto has plenty of issues as well. Maybe for today's release, Moto had fewer issues. What's happened to Historic since the Winota ban? They've printed a variety of other combo decks that are more offensive than Winota was, that are now competitive. Look up, if you haven't been following Historic, look up the card Muxus from the last Mythic Invitational. It'll let you know everything you need to know about Winota. Or everything you need to know about Historic in recent memory. Pretty sure I'm just hitting them and drawing a card. Man, someone sub to the channel to post Trump 2020 in chat. Hey, buddy! Hey, buddy! Thanks for your Trump 2020 message. Fuck off with your fascism. Thank you for supporting Joe Biden's campaign for the President of the United States of America. I appreciate your contribution. Bill Tree, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Huglandia. Home of the free and the anti-fascists. So, like, the people in chat saying, imagine being that stupid to send me money to post that message, they're a Trump supporter, so that tells you everything you need to know about their level of intelligence. Remember, there's only two types of people in the world that support the GOP. Idiots and millionaires. And if you're unsure which camp you fall into as a GOP supporter, check your checking account, just to be certain. Close game here. They're at 1. Or your stock portfolio. Sure. Your stock portfolio can count too. Do you have a counter spell? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So I'll play that out just in case there's a counter unless they pay 2. Kick it. I guess Teferi can theoretically phase something out here. We're definitely just getting Zagras, right? Immolator to kill. Immolator only hits planeswalkers and creatures. Unfortunately, it does not reach. Thanks for the biddies, DJ. They kept 2 cards on top. That doesn't bode well for the home team. Why not Rankle? Because it really didn't matter. They had Teferi to down tick regardless. What does Storko do? Reveal it, draw a card, reveal it, and then this loses counters. Sure, Extinction Event, deal a Reno. Is this straight up vampires? It's black-red mid-range. We got a couple of vampires, but... maybe I'm not supposed to block there. Yeah, I'm actually probably not supposed to block there, huh? Force them to use this. I guess I'd be going to 2. And then we're dead to this phasing my thing out, right? Roiling Vortex. This is probably a Roiling Vortex matchup, huh? So now here's a real question. Can I afford to be cutting Hagra and Mauling in these matchups? Like, do I have enough actual lands to cut this card? I have 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. I have 20, 24 here. I think I can trim 2. I think 20, 26 is probably fine. Scavenger's probably not that good. Streamer privilege. You have to just restart. We have to restart the client after every match, Ollie. So, like, the match finishes, you disconnect, you close the client, you restart it, you close the client, you restart it until you get back in. It takes, like, half a dozen restarts after every match. It's not a good system, but it's what we've got. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Thumb. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. Yeah, it sounds great, right? Like, this is just a good spell here. You got 4 lands and 3 spells. Thank you, it's a beta. You're not wrong. Vortex sounds great here. It's like trying to start your lawnmower for the first time in the spring. Let me sell you on the future. I got an all-electric lawnmower earlier this year, and it is a thing of beauty. No dealing with cords, no crummy gas smell in my garage from keeping a gas can around. The motor's nice and quiet, so I can easily listen to music while I mow without having to blast it in my ears. We're gonna keep that. We want to hit our land drops for like the Nullpriest and the Awakening. Yeah, no cords, battery driven. Dim Star, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Thanks for making me a progressive. Thanks for caring. What did a good run won you? I think it was. They are a little expensive. I think the one I have was a little under 500, if I recall. How do you ride on it? It does, it has, it's self-propelled, but it's not a riding lawnmower. I think I'm just passing. I think I'm holding these till 6 mana. But yeah, like, I have a pretty decent sized lot here in central Illinois. And, my battery lasts the whole, like, hour or so it takes me to mow the entire thing. Is that not standard in the US? A lot that size? Not everywhere. Especially not inside the cities. In Middle America, it's pretty common. In the Midwest.
At least I look like I know what I'm doing.
The client ate 10 of your packs. Good stuff. Quality stuff. I guess that technically lets them take Vortex off the table, huh? I think if we brick on the land, which we did, I'm gonna pay life here and then do this. I think we trade this off here so we can kick it. We can kick another one of these again here. We're trading 1 for 1 essentially. This is just generating a lot of value every turn. We got a couple of things in exile here. Really need to draw one of our flying threats or a way to kill a planeswalker here. Maybe I shouldn't have double blocked because I gave up my menace creature. I don't know who's a bigger liar, Watsy for saying this was a zero downtime patch, or Discord for telling people I'm playing Arena. That's great. Unsurprisingly, my mid-range deck got beat up by, Unsurprisingly, my mid-range deck got beat up by the control deck. Coin flip. Thanks for the 15 months. And again, this is how people are asking how I'm playing. You get disconnected at the end of every match, and then you have to spam loading, reloading Arena until you're able to get back in. Is Kroxa not good in Standard? No, Kroxa's fine. It's just our deck doesn't really feed Kroxa. So a lot of the time, decks that play Kroxa need extra ways to fill the graveyard up around it to be ideal. And again, you launch the client, you get a black screen, you launch the client again. Doesn't restart the Tholok. Yeah, it was taking me close to double digits sometimes. There's no science to it, it's just variance. By ensuring you have to be lucky to load Arena, Wizards of the Coast is ensuring that only the luckiest people are playing Magic, so it's just good business on their part. See, chat? Hashtag sometimes lucky. Hashtag sometimes lucky. Until Arena works consistently, living vicariously through you. I'm here restarting so you don't have to. So, they've reduced variance in Magic by so much by adding the spell land flip cards. They had to add variance somewhere else. So you can't just remove variance from Magic. So by reducing variance in the actual games, they had to add variance in your ability to actually load the application. It's just basic laws of variance allocation, chat. Let's play one more with this. I can't even really tell how many games we've actually played, because it's just like, it takes forever to get back in after each one, but I'll try one more. You just make an argument for the conservation of variance? Yeah, I mean, you have to conserve variance, otherwise the Magic Boomers get upset. I'm just getting my variants out of the way and loaded the client so I run hot in my matches. Yep. None of these spells double as lands. This is a mulligan. This is fine. We're gonna bottom that. I did see that days after their major esports event, they finally fixed the patch that caused lots of bugs in their event. Yes, Jacob. What's up? That's crazy. Okay. Regretting bottoming our 4th land. Opponent 2 for 2 on killing our Dorko and drawing cards with Chevelle, which does not feel good. He's got a whole grip full of cards here still. Well, it's better than bricking at least. So I can't just Rankle and hit them, because even if it connects, they have Castle here to make a token. So I think we're just going to go ahead and intervention, kill their thing this turn. It's not super exciting, but it's like the play we've got. Kind of expecting this to just eat a removal spell and die. I was hoping to find a land there, but it is what it is. Ah, what is in their hand? Okay. So they know about the second Rankle. They don't know about the second Zagras. Probably 4 Ugins. You know, that's probably right. Really surprised they killed the one they know we have a second copy of here. I guess they just wanted to stop us from drawing a card. There aren't any flying haste dragons in this format, right? This is the closest thing we have to a Glorybringer. There's another dragon we can pair him with, like Rankle's the only other flying haste threat. Am I missing any? Yeah, it's exactly what he is, but... Overall, this deck we're playing has felt pretty mediocre. It's a mid-range deck, but it doesn't have a ton of good sources of card advantage. We've been getting out 1-for-1 and then card advantage by things like Elspeth Conqueror's Death or Planeswalkers. Probably going to shelve this one after this set. Rough, LaShawn. Are you in the Hurricane Path or somewhere else? There are a lot of people out without power in the South. We played Blue-Black Rogues earlier today, and that deck felt pretty competitive. Just had good linear draws. Checked most of the boxes you want to check early on in a format. Playing something aggressive on Saturday is not bad. Good choice. I mentioned this earlier, I like that the client flips these over for you to help you at a glance see which spell lands you have in your hand. I wish it would put all of these to the left though. Like, I like that it auto sorts lands to the left. I think it would be ideal if it auto sorted your spell lands to the left as well. No, nothing is house banned for the event on Saturday. As a heads up, I never intend to house ban stuff in Standard for the Hooglandia Open Series. If Standard isn't worth playing, we just won't run Standard tournaments. And if Standard and Historic are both jacked up, we will run Historic with house bans. Do we have a lot of signups yet? Yeah, we have an okay number for 2 days out. I think we had like 30 or so. And again, for people that don't understand why I'm running tournaments, I don't make money off of tournament entries, so I personally do not really care how many event signups we get. If we get 50 people, that's great. That gives us an okay number of rounds and plenty of great Magic to watch. All of the sign-up money for the event, $1 of your $6 goes to Melee for hosting the event and processing the entry fees. The other $5 goes to Cool Stuff Inc. for prize support. And Cool Stuff Inc. was great and upped the prize support for this event. For every $5 in entry fees we take in, we're gonna pay out $10 in store credit. So everybody that gets at least 4 match wins on Saturday will get prizes. And then some number of people that go 3 and 2 will also get door prizes. Spike Dev, thanks for the biddies. I appreciate it. Hope you're staying safe out there. Yes, they increased the number of clicks it takes to buy a pack with gold. It's real bad. Yeah, hopefully Arena works before Saturday. That would be ideal. So, to get back to my question about not only not caring how many people are signed up, but in general, running tournaments release weekend will mean lower signups, but it'll also generally mean higher viewer counts from people watching the tournament. And the number of people watching the tournament is more important to me personally than the number of people playing in it. So my kind of metric for is the event series worth running is if we're breaking 2,000 viewers concurrent at some point in the Open Series event. I think I consider that a successful event. It's about my goal / metric I look to hit, which we've been doing consistently for those. Oh, that was dumb. So I should have just not attacked that turn, right? I guess I pushed 4 damage. They didn't have anything in their bin for Conqueror's Death, though. Says reach. Yeah, I think I probably should have left them at 10 and not killed their Baneslayer Angel before the Conqueror's Death happened.
Beaten, but not extinct.
Hot Dog Water, thanks for the 22 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, the goal of the tournament series is to have it be like a community-focused event that I can do coverage around. Like I said Does this gain them life? It does. Oh, but that kills them. That's funny. So, like, even when Cool Stuff Inc. added prize support to the event, while I did increase the prize money that first and second are getting by a little bit, I also extended the prizes down more. So the goal for the Open Series is to have it be a community-focused event and not something that's super cutthroat. I want it to be something fun for people to play in and not something that they feel obligated to min-max. It's a low entry fee, flat price support are the two goals that I have for it. Yeah, that's great, right? I have 2 more lands, land 4. Rankle's like an honorary dragon. So, oh, they're trading. That's interesting. That's good for me. I'd say something that's kind of awkward. You actually can't sack Heartfire Immolator to kill Skoos while they have a green up, because they can eat this before it deals damage with its trigger. Which feels real bad. I'm gonna go ahead and have us draw cards here. Expect to lose Chandra here. Maybe they'll take Mauling, depending on what their hand looks like. Like, they have White Source. They have White Source Baneslayer Angel taking Mauling. Makes a lot of sense. Is that a good one, chat? If so, why? Please explain. Kick it. This card's great. This card is very, very good. This card might be better than Fatal Push. It might actually just be straight up better. This card's been good too. I don't know that this deck we're playing is good, but Thief of Heartbeats has been stellar. You think it's the best removal spell ever printed? Swords to Plowshares would like to have a conversation with you. I think I'd make the argument that Bolt is good, not explicitly because it's a removal spell. So I think in terms of like bolt power level, I think that those are just kind of different. Hey, Ninja Bob, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. It's a close game. I think we're out of top decks though. Right, doesn't really have a catch-up mechanic from here. We're not playing any sweepers. And again, something good to keep in mind is that, like, you know, opponent's deck looked good, our deck looked mediocre. Our deck's probably bad though. So like, you want to be weary early on of anybody that's trying to tell you their deck is good because of their ladder record with it. Much of the ladder in the next week to 2 weeks is going to be people playing bad decks like ours against other unproven and bad decks. And you shouldn't be looking at, you know, I went 7-1 or 6-2 or whatever, and that's the reason why my thing is good. I think overall, our deck felt a little bit mediocre. The flying vampire threat on 6 felt very reasonable. The Bloodchief's Ascension, the 1-drop removal spell with Kicker feels absurd. Easily going to be a black staple in this format. Hey, Alran Quenthaba, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Chandra, Heart of Fire is a card that I'm definitely gonna continue looking for a home for in this format. This card seems very, very reasonable. Her +1 effectively drawing 3 cards in a lot of top decking situations is very good. Agedom's Awakening definitely feels like it is a card that is reasonable for its slot. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and retire this one for now. We're going to go ahead and shift gears. People that are new to the channel, we tend to play a lot of different constructed decks here, and usually I play each deck for somewhere between 60 minutes and 2 hours. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll, get everything set up and flipped over, get this uploaded to Stream Decker, and tweet it out that we're changing decks. When we get back in just a few minutes, we'll be playing some Jund Winota here. So be back in just a few. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere. Hey, Rivera, thanks for the 28 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.